everyone, it's Shamara here with SWHR Consulting. Today I'm just going to talk about the best way to release someone from your organization, especially during this crazy pandemic time and not really knowing how to release someone or what's the most effective way for your organization. So today I'm going to give you some quick information that you can utilize to make that decision as seamless as possible for your business. So there's 3 types of essentially releasing from your organization. 1 is furlough, 2 is layoff, and 3 is reduction in force. So when it comes to furlough, usually that occurs when something like this is happening in the world and the government has shut down, your business, and it's only allow essential workers to work, so non-essential workers don't have the opportunity to work, so you have to furlough those employees, meaning you're going to have to temporarily lay off those particular employees. And when you do that, it's essentially they're laid off, meaning they're not being paid during that time, but you still have them employed and they're still getting their benefits. Okay, so it's more of a mandatory requirement because the government says it's shut down and non-essential workers, so you have no choice to make the decision to furlough because it was mandated, right? So that's kind of what furlough usually means. And if you do a furlough with your employees, that means they don't have the ability to file for unemployment because they're still technically employed. You have the ability at that point to also reduce their hours or anything like that. So, but the major thing is they're still employed by your company. So that does not allow them to file for unemployment, which again can be not always the best scenario for your employee. So you want to make sure that would be the best decision for your company, as well as the interest of your employees. If you care about them, you kind of want to make sure that they're taken care of during this time. Then there's layoff. So layoff is more of a permanent scenario where you're laying that employee off from your organization. So essentially terminating them from your organization. Typically what happens when you do that, they have the ability to file for unemployment during that time because they were actually released from your organization, and it can be again due to what's happening within the economy because it was you had to shut down, there's no capital coming in, and so that you had to lay them off because of that. And again, they have the ability to file for unemployment. But with that scenario means if you decide that you want to bring those individuals back, you have to start the process over, meaning that you're going to have to rehire those individuals. You can't retro date, you can't use a previous date that they started and bring them in that way. So you have to understand, if you do lay someone off, you're going to essentially be rehiring them, meaning you're going to be starting over their benefits, you're going to be starting over their PTO, and you got to be mindful of that if you're going to lay someone off permanently, essentially terminating them, that you're going to have to do all of those things over. And then reduction in force really is the person was terminated because their position was eliminated within your organization. So the position no longer exists. There isn't a need for the role anymore. And so now you had to release that individual. So the way that works also kind of plays into the same factor as a layoff because again, they're terminated. They have the ability to file for unemployment and things like that. And also with the reduction in force as well, you also have to do a rehire if you bring them back into the organization. So if that position is not available, then you can rehire them into any other position within your organization. But again, it kind of starts over the process again. So those are the 3 types of ways that you can essentially let go or release someone from your organization. So you just really have to think on what is going to be the best scenario for your business and for your employees, because during this time it's rough for everyone, and you want to make sure that they're taken care of in the end. And your HR professional that you work with internally or externally should be able to support you and guide you and provide the documentation to help get that process rolling with whatever decision you make. If you need some additional support, we are here to help you. Again, my name is Shamara with SWHR Consulting. You can reach out to us at swhrconsulting.com, or you can give us a call at 702-979-2119. You can always reach us on all the social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Thank you again for listening. I hope that information was helpful in making a decision on how best to release employees from your organization. You guys have a great day.